cottage on a cliff, and the ocean is below you. The waves have been crashing against the rocks all evening, not violently, not angrily, but steadily, rhythmically, like a heartbeat, like a breath, like something that has been happening since long before you were born, and will happen long after you are gone. You have been listening to them for hours, or maybe only minutes. Time moves differently here, at the edge of the world, where the land meets the sea, and the sound of the waves fills everything. You are sitting by a window, or perhaps on a small porch. Or maybe you are lying in bed with the window open, and the sound of the waves is coming to you. Not loud, not jarring, but constant, steady, like a lullaby that has been playing since the beginning of time. You have nowhere to be. You have nothing to do. You are simply here, in this cottage, on this cliff, listening to the ocean, and that is enough. The cottage is small and simple, not fancy, not grand, but comfortable, safe, a place where you can rest and listen, and let the sound of the waves wash over you like the waves themselves wash over the rocks below. The walls are thick, and they hold the warmth inside while letting the sound in, so that you are wrapped in both. The warmth of the room and the music of the ocean, the safety of four walls, and the vastness of the sea. You notice the details of the cottage, the way the wood has aged, the way the windows frame the view, the way everything is simple and functional and beautiful in its simplicity. There are no distractions here, no clutter, no excess, just what you need: a place to sit, a place to rest, a place to listen. You are grateful for this simplicity, for the way it allows you to focus on what matters: the sound of the waves, the rhythm, the peace that comes from being in the right place at the right time. You think about the word cottage, how it means a small house, a simple dwelling, a place that is not grand or impressive but comfortable and safe. This cottage is all of those things. It is small enough to feel cozy, simple enough to feel peaceful, comfortable enough to feel like home, even if you have never been here before, even if you will never be here again. You are grateful for this place, for the people who built it, for the way it holds you, for the way it allows you to be here now, listening to the waves, receiving the gift of this moment. You close your eyes and you listen. The sound of the waves is not one sound, but many. The crash as they hit the rocks, the hiss as they retreat, the deep rumble that comes from somewhere far below, the high whisper of foam, the steady rhythm that underlies everything. You do not try to separate these sounds. You simply let them wash over you, like the waves wash over the shore, like the wind washes over the cliff, like anything that is meant to move and flow and not stay in one place. You notice the way the sound changes with each wave, sometimes louder, sometimes softer, sometimes more urgent, sometimes more gentle, as if the ocean is breathing, as if the waves are alive, as if the whole vast body of water below you is moving in a... You do not try to understand his. You simply receive them, allow them, let them be part of the music, part of the rhythm, part of the peace that is building in your chest like the waves build on the shore. You think about the word crash, how it sounds violent, but the waves are not violent. They are powerful, yes, but not angry. They are simply doing what waves do, moving, flowing, meeting the shore, retreating, moving again. There is no malice in them. There is no intention to harm. There is only the constant, gentle motion of water meeting land, of one element greeting another, of the world doing what it has always done. You open your eyes and look out the window. The ocean is dark, not black, but a deep, soft blue black that seems to go on forever, that seems to hold all the mysteries of the deep. You cannot see the waves from here, not clearly, but you can hear them, and you can feel them in the vibration that comes through the cliff, in the way the cottage seems to breathe with each crash, in the rhythm that has become part of your own heart. You think about the cliff, how it holds the cottage, how it separates you from the ocean, how it creates the space where you can be safe and warm while still being close enough to hear the waves, to feel their rhythm, to be part of their music. The cliff is not a barrier. It is a threshold, a place where two worlds meet, the world of land and the world of sea, the world of safety and the world of vastness, the world of warmth and the world of sound. You are on that threshold, in that meeting place, and you are grateful for it, for the way it allows you to be in both worlds at once, to have both safety and vastness, both warmth and sound. You notice the way the cottage responds to the waves, not shaking or moving dramatically, but breathing, pulsing, as if it is alive, as if it is part of the rhythm, as if it has learned to move with the ocean, to sync with its heartbeat, to become part of the same pattern, the same gentle motion. You are part of that pattern too. You are part of that rhythm. You are part of the way the cottage and the cliff and the ocean, and you are all connected, all moving together, all part of the same vast, beautiful, peaceful whole. You stand up and walk to the window. Or perhaps you are already there, and you press your hand against the glass. It is cool, not cold, but cool. The way glass gets when it separates warmth from coolness, when it holds the heat of the room while letting the sound of the ocean in. You can feel the vibration of the waves through the glass, through your hand, through your whole body. And you realize that you are not separate from the ocean. You are connected to it through sound, through vibration, through the simple fact that you are here, listening, receiving the gift of its constant, gentle motion. You notice the temperature of the room, warm, but not hot. Comfortable like a blanket that has been warmed by your body heat, like a space that knows how to hold warmth without being stuck. The cottage is well insulated, and it keeps the cool night air out while letting the sound of the waves in, so that you are wrapped in both the warmth of the room and the music of the ocean, the safety of four walls and the vastness of the sea. You take a deep breath, and you notice the air, clean, fresh, carrying the scent of salt and sea and something else, something you cannot name, but that reminds you of distance, of vastness, of places you have never been, but that exist nonetheless. You breathe in that air, and you feel it fill your lungs. And you think about how the ocean is breathing too, in its own way, the waves rising and falling like a chest, the water moving like blood, the whole vast body of the sea alive and present and connected to you through the sound, through the vibration, through the simple fact. You think about the people who built this cottage, who chose this spot, who knew that the sound of the waves would be a gift, who understood that sometimes the best thing you can do is sit and listen and let the world do what it does. You are grateful to them, whoever they were, for creating this place, for giving you this moment, for understanding that peace does not always come from silence, but sometimes from the right kind of sound. The sound of waves, the sound of waves, the sound of world, the sound of the world. You notice the furniture in the cottage, simple, comfortable, made for rest, for listening, for being present without needing to do anything. There's a chair, perhaps, or a couch, or a bed, and whatever it is, it holds you well, supports you, allows you to settle into the moment without distraction. You are not thinking about the furniture. You are not analyzing it or judging it. You are simply using it, receiving its support, allowing it to hold you while you listen to the waves, while you receive the gift of this moment, while you let peace settle into your bones. You sit back down, or perhaps you are already sitting, and you let your body settle into the chair, into the cushions, into this moment. You are not trying to do anything. You are not trying to achieve anything. You are simply being here, in this cottage, on this cliff, listening to the waves, and that is enough. You think about the word cliff, how it means a steep rock face, a place where the land drops away, a boundary between high and low, between safety and vastness. You are on a cliff, and the ocean is below you, and the sound of the waves is coming up to you, rising from the depths, filling the air, filling your cottage, filling your peace. You are not afraid of the height. You are not afraid of the drop. You are simply here on this cliff, in this cottage, listening to the waves, and that is enough. You think about the word enough, how it means sufficient, adequate, complete. You have enough here, enough warmth, enough comfort, enough sound, enough peace. You do not need anything more. You do not need to add anything or change anything or make anything different. What you have is enough, and that realization itself is a kind of peace, a kind of rest, a kind of letting go of the need to acquire or achieve or accomplish. You notice the way your shoulders have dropped, not from exhaustion, but from release, from you did not know you were holding. You notice the way your jaw has relaxed, the way your hands have opened, the way your whole body has settled into a state of rest that is deeper than sleep, more profound than stillness. You are not trying to achieve this state. You are not working toward it. You are simply allowing it, receiving it, letting the sound of the waves do its work to slow you down, to quiet you, to remind you that you are part of something larger, something that has its own rhythm, its own pace, its own way. You look out at the ocean again, and you notice the stars. Not many, perhaps, but enough to remind you that you are on a planet, that you are part of something vast. that the ocean below you is connected to oceans everywhere, that the waves you hear are part of a rhythm that spans the globe. You are not alone. You are part of something larger. The ocean, the planet, the universe, and the sound of the waves is your connection to it. Your reminder that you belong to something vast and beautiful and eternal. You think about the word infinite, how it means without end, without limit, without boundary. The ocean seems infinite from here, stretching to the horizon and beyond, holding mysteries you will never know, depths you will never see. The sound of the waves is infinite too, in its own way, constant, steady, never stopping, never changing in its essential nature, only in its volume, its intensity, its way of meeting the shore. You are listening to infinity. You are receiving the gift of something that has no beginning and no end. Something that simply is. Something that will continue long after you are gone. You think about the moon, how it pulls the tides, how it creates the rhythm of the waves, how it is connected to the ocean in a way that is ancient and profound and beyond your understanding. You cannot see the moon from here, perhaps, but you can feel its influence in the rhythm of the waves, in the way the water moves, in the deep, steady pulse that underlies every. You are connected to the moon, too, in a way, through the waves, through the rhythm, through the simple fact that you are on a planet where the moon pulls the tides, and the tides create the waves, and the tides create the sound that is now filling your cottage, filling your ears, filling your. You notice the way the sound changes, not dramatically, but subtly, as if the waves are breathing, as if the ocean is alive, as if the whole vast body of water below you is moving in a rhythm that is both constant and changing, both steady and fluid. You do not try to understand these changes. You simply receive them, allow them, let them be part of the music, part of the rhythm, part of the peace that is building in your chest, like the waves build on the shore. You close your eyes again, and this time you keep them closed. You do not need to see the ocean to feel it. You do not need to see the waves to hear them. You can feel them in your body, in the vibration that comes through the floor, in the way your breath matches their rhythm, in the deep sense of peace that settles in your chest like the waves settle on the shore. You think about the word rhythm, how it means a pattern, a beat, a way of moving that repeats itself, that creates a sense of order in the midst of chaos. The waves have a rhythm. Your heartbeat has a rhythm. Your breath has a rhythm. And here, in this cottage, on this cliff, all these rhythms are aligning, are coming into harmony, are creating a sense of peace that is deeper than silence, more profound than still. You notice the way your body feels, heavy in a good way, grounded, present, as if it has finally found its place, as if it has finally remembered how to rest. You are not tense. You are not anxious. You are simply here, listening, receiving, allowing the sound of the waves to do its work, to slow you down, to quiet you, to remind you that you are part of something larger, something that has its own rhythm, its own pace, its own way of being. You think about the word grounded. How it means connected to the earth, stable, present. You are grounded here, in this cottage, on this cliff, listening to the waves. You are not floating away. You are not disconnected. You are here, present, receiving the gift of the sound, the rhythm, the peace that comes from being in the right place at the right time, from allowing yourself to be still, to list, to rest. You notice the way your breath has changed, slower, deeper, more in sync with the waves, as if your body has learned to breathe with the ocean, to match its rhythm, to become part of the same pattern, the same gentle motion. You aren't trying to control your breath. You are not trying to match it to the waves. It is simply happening naturally, organically, like everything else here. The waves, the waves, the wave. The cottage holds you. The way the sound fills you. The way peace settles you. The way peace settles in. You have been listening for a long time now, long enough that the sound of the waves has become part of you, has become the soundtrack of your peace, has become the rhythm that your body and mind have learned to follow. You are not trying to sleep. You are not trying to stay awake. You are simply being here in this moment with the waves and whatever comes next. Sleep, deeper rest, or simply more listening will come when it comes, naturally, organically, like the waves themselves. You think about the word moment, how it means a point in time, a brief period, a now that is always changing, always moving, always becoming something else. You are in a moment, this moment, this now, this point in time, when you are in a cottage on a cliff, listening to the waves, receiving the gift of peace. This moment will pass. It will become another moment, and then another, and then, but the waves will still be there, still crashing, still retreating, still creating the same rhythm that has been your companion all evening and will be your companion all night. And you will carry the peace of this moment with you into the next moment, into sleep, into whatever comes after. You think about the people you love, where they are tonight, whether they are safe, whether they have ever heard the sound of waves from a cliffside cottage. You send them a thought, a wish, a silent blessing, that they may find peace, that they may know rest, that they may have moments like this one, when the world is gentle and the heart is quiet. And then you let the thought go, and you return to the waves, to the sound, to the simple fact of being here, now, in this moment of peace. You feel your breath slowing, matching the rhythm of the waves, becoming part of the same pattern, the same gentle motion. You are not trying to control it. You are not trying to make it happen. It is simply happening, naturally, organically, like everything else here. The waves, the waves, the wind, the way the cottage holds you, the way the sound fills you, the way peace settles in your bones. You think about the word sync, how it means to be in harmony, to move together, to be part of the same rhythm. Your breath is sensing with the waves now. Your heartbeat is sensing with the waves. Your whole being is sensing with the rhythm of the ocean, becoming part of the same pattern, the same gentle motion. You are not forcing this thing. You are not trying to make it happen. It is simply happening naturally, organically, like everything else here. The waves, the waves, the wave, the cottage holds you. The way the sound fills you, the way peace settles in your... You notice the way your thoughts have slowed, not stopped, but slowed, like a river that has widened, like a wind that has dropped to a breeze. You are not trying to empty your mind. You are not trying to achieve any particular state. You are simply allowing the sound of the waves to do its work, to slow you down, to quiet you, to remind you that you are part of something larger, something that has its own rhythm. You are lying down, or perhaps you have been lying down all along, and you feel the weight of your body on the mattress, on the cushions, on whatever surface is holding you. The sound of the waves is still there, still constant, still steady. And you realize that it will be there all night, that it does not stop when you sleep, that it does not pause when you rest, that it continues like a heartbeat, like a breath, like something that is always there, always present, always ready to hold you in its rhythm. You think about the word constant, how it means unchanging, steady, reliable. The waves are constant in their rhythm, in their motion, in their way of meeting the shore. They do not stop for you. They do not change for you. They simply are. And you are here to receive them, to listen to them, to let them become part of your peace, part of your rest, part of the deep, quiet place inside you where nothing needs to happen and everything is already perfect. You notice the way your thoughts have slowed, not stopped, but slowed, like a river that has widened, like a wind that has dropped to a breeze. You are not trying to empty your mind. You are not trying to achieve any particular state. You are simply allowing the sound of the waves to do its work, to slow you down, to quiet you, to remind you that you are part of something larger, something that has its own rhythm, its own pace, its own way of being, its own pace. You think about the word allow, how it means to permit, to let happen, to not resist. You are allowing the waves to do their work. You are allowing the sun to fill you. You are allowing peace to settle in your bones. You are not forcing anything. You are not trying to make anything happen. You are simply allowing, receiving, letting the natural process unfold. The slowing down, the quieting, the settling into rest that comes when you stop fighting, stop trying, stop doing, and simply allow yourself to be here, to listen, to receive. You notice the way your muscles have relaxed, not just the big ones in your back and shoulders, but the small ones too, the ones in your face, your hands, your feet. Every part of your body has let go, has released its tension, has surrendered to the rest that it has been waiting for. You can feel this relaxation spreading through you, like warmth, like peace, like something that wants to fill every cell of your being. You close your eyes and you keep them closed. You do not need to see anything. You do not need to do anything. You only need to listen, to receive, to allow the sound of the waves to carry you into rest, into peace, into the deep, quiet place where your body and mind can finally let go completely. You think about the word carry, how it means to transport, to support, to hold. The waves are carrying you now, not physically, but emotionally, spiritually, in the way that sound can carry emotion, can carry peace, can carry you from one state to another without any effort on your part. You are not swimming, you are not fighting, you are simply floating, carried by the sound, by the rhythm, by the constant gentle motion of the waves that have been your companion all evening and will be your companion all night. You feel your body growing heavier in the best way, not heavy with worry or stress, but heavy with rest, heavy with the knowledge that you can let go completely, that you are safe, that nothing is required of you except to be here, to listen, to rest. The sound of the waves is still there, still constant, still steady, and you realize that it will be there when you wake, that it does not stop, that it does not pause, that it continues like a heartbeat, like a breath, like something that is always there. You think about the word presence, how it means being here, being now, being fully present in the moment. The waves are present, the sound is present, the peace is present, and you are present too, fully here, fully now, fully receiving the gift of this moment, this sound, this rhythm that has been your companion all evening and will be your companion all night. You notice the way your awareness is shifting, how you are becoming less aware of your body, less aware of your surroundings, more aware of the sound itself, of the rhythm, of the peace that has been building all evening and is now reaching its fullness. This shift is not frightening. It is comforting. It is like sinking into a warm bath, like being wrapped in a soft blanket, like anything that promises deeper rest and greater peace. Your breathing has slowed to match the rhythm of the waves, to become part of the same pattern, the same gentle motion. You are not trying to control. You are not trying to make it happen. It is simply happening naturally, organically, like everything else here. The waves, the wind, the way the cottage holds you, the way the sound fills you, the way peace settles in your bones. You think about the word surrender, how it means to give up, to let go, to stop fighting. You have surrendered to the waves, to their sound, to their rhythm, to the peace they bring. You are not resisting. You are not trying to control. You are simply allowing, receiving, letting the sound of the waves do its work, to slow you down, to quiet you, to carry you into rest, into peace, into the deep, quiet place where your body and mind can finally let go completely. You notice the way your awareness is shifting, how you are becoming less aware of your body, less aware of your surroundings, more aware of the sound itself, of the rhythm, of the peace that has been building all evening and is now reaching its fullness. This shift is not frightening. It is comforting. It is like sinking into a warm bath, like being wrapped in a soft blanket, like anything that promises deeper rest and greater peace. You think about the word fullness, how it means complete, whole, satisfied. You are full now, full of peace, full of rest, full of the sound of the waves, full of the rhythm that has become part of you, part of your breath, part of your heartbeat. You do not need anything more. You do not need to add anything or change anything or make anything different. What you have is enough, and that realization itself is a kind of peace, a kind of rest, a kind of letting go of the need to acquire or achieve or accomplish. You let go of your thoughts one by one, like you would let go of leaves, like you would let go of anything that is meant to drift away. You do not need to hold on to them. You do not need to solve them or understand them or do anything with them. You can simply let them go and trust that they will be there when you need them, or that they will not, and that will be okay too. The sound of the waves is still there, still constant, still steady, and you realize that it will be there all night, that it does not stop when you sleep, that it does not pause when you rest, that it continues like a heartbeat, like a breath, like something that is always there, always present. Your body is ready for sleep now. You have listened to the waves for a long time, and the listening has done its work. It has slowed you down, has quieted you, has reminded you that you are part of something larger, something that has its own rhythm, its own of being. Now you can rest fully, completely, without holding on to anything, without trying to preserve the moment or extend it or make it mean something more than it already does. You think about the word work, how it means effort, labor, something that requires energy. But the waves are not working. They are simply being. They are simply doing what waves do, moving, flowing, meeting the shore, retreating, moving again. And you are not working either. You are simply being here, listening, receiving, allowing the natural process to unfold, the slowing down, the quieting, the settling into rest that comes when you stop fighting, stop trying, stop doing, and simply allow yourself to be here, to listen, to receive. Let the waves go. Let the sound go. Let the rhythm go. They are not lost. They are simply resting, the same way you are resting now. And when you wake, whether in the middle of the night or in the morning, the waves will still be there, still crashing, still retreating, still creating the same rhythm that has been your companion all evening. Sleep is coming now. Hitting the wave, the waves come, slowly, gently, without force. You do not need to reach for it. You only need to allow it. Let your breath slow a little more. Let your body sink a little deeper into rest. Let the sound of the waves fade into a soft, rhythmic background. And then let that background fade into nothing. You think about the word fade, how it means to gradually disappear, to become less distinct, to blend into the background. The sound of the waves is fading now, not because it is stopping, but because you are moving into a deeper state of rest, a state where the sound becomes part of the background, part of the peace, part of the deep, quiet place inside you where nothing needs to happen and everything is already perfect. You are not losing the sound. You are not losing the waves. You are simply moving into a space where they are with you in a different way. Not as something you are actively listening to, but as something that is part of you, part of your peace, part of your rest. You have listened to the waves for a long time. You have received their gift, the rhythm, the peace, the reminder that you are part of something larger, something that has its own pace, its own way of being. Now you may rest. The waves will still be there when you wake, still crashing, still retreating, still creating the same rhythm that has been your companion all evening and will be your companion all night. You take one last conscious breath, and you imagine it is the breath of the ocean. Deep, fast, full of salt and sea, and a rhythm that has been your companion all evening. You let it go, and with it, you let go of the need to hold on to anything. The sound, the rhythm, the peace itself. They are not lost when you release them. They sink deeper into the place where they have always belonged, into the part of you that does not need to grasp or remember, because it simply is. The part that was listening to the waves all evening. The part that will be with you when you wake. Let your eyes stay closed. Let your body grow heavy. Let the sound of the waves fade into a soft, rhythmic darkness. And let that darkness. You have listened to the waves for a long time. You have received their gift. Now you may sleep as the waves continue, as the ocean breathes, as the rhythm that has been your companion all evening becomes part of your dreams, part of your rest, part of the deep, quiet peace that is always there, always available, always ready to hold you. Good night.